Sorry about that. What up, y'all? Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, your brother from another mother, your uncle, your friend. Too much Kirk Franklin, right? A.D. Walker. So I appreciate you. Oh, I'm like, why am I getting that? So I appreciate you rocking with us as well. Thank you guys. We're about to have an amazing conversation. Um, Good morning. Blessings, Lisa. Blessings. Blessings, blessings upon blessings. So I appreciate you. Yeah, this is going to be amazing, an awesome conversation. It's much needed. This is the beginning. Yeah, because it's not gonna be the end of this conversation. Because, yeah. All right. Coming to the stage right now, all the way from Tennessee, sports expert extraordinaire, uh, the man that has so much information is oozing out of his brain, Mr. Cole Johnson.
Slight correction, Johnny Simpson 2.0. I'm actually coming to you live from Houston.
Oh, why do I keep saying Tennessee? Okay,
I live in Tennessee. I do.
Right, there you go. Boom.
But I'm visiting my
On
parents.
location in Houston.
Right. There you go.
Oh man, there you go. Kobe Donnie Simpson 2.0. That dude, he got to be like 80 now. So
Probably now,
Simpson. Wow. What's that video? When that video sold?
Video sold.
Oh man. What's up, Cole? Good morning, my brother.
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. What up, Terry? Great morning.
What do I see? Blazer AD. Oh yeah, it's gonna be really fire.
Oh yeah, this is. I gotta get serious on this one. This one blew my mind. You know, YouTube is a real rabbit hole sometimes. So sometimes it's a blessing though, because you learn more. And then what I've discovered, when you put something that's broad, you get definitions, and you start like, what does that word mean? Okay, let me look. What does that mean? Let me, so we're gonna dig into some the gender lines. Are they being erased? And specifically, right? I've been thinking that song. I don't know the lyrics. Some songs seem like they fit, then you hear the lyrics like, no, that song don't fit.
Right.
like keeping it real, like the song from Coming to America, She's Your Queen, right?
Yes.
Like you sing it, it's like, no, I shouldn't sing that to someone I care about. It's not really the most uplifting woman's song. What's up, Deborah? Good morning to you, my friend. Good morning. So yeah, we're gonna dig into gender lines being race. Specifically, if you caught the title, this was inspired by watching Women Propose to Men, and digging into that. Of course, we're gonna have our opinions on that as well. But then, as I begin to dig, I've been noticing a movement of sorts, with the kind of, for lack of a better way of putting it, being using a strong word, the eradication of chivalry, basically. Oh, so and watching it literally makes me feel like, so what do you want us to do again? Like, so what is acceptable? What is not? And I was like, man, it's literally like I'm here building something of legacy to protect my son, so he knows, okay, Dad, so what's the rule? Like, how am I supposed to operate here? Um, let's see. You said what? You don't agree, man? Yeah, we're gonna dig into that, brother, because there's a lot of issues for me with that, and I can't speak for Cole, but I know I can speak for Pastor. I know where he's gonna stand on that. So yes, indeed, we're gonna dig into that, as well as a term I've discovered called benevolent sexism. Benevolent sexism. All right. And let's see. Oh, so yeah, if if you're talking to me, Cody, I think you're still muted. So yeah. Good morning, beautiful. That is the wife, Samantha Walker. All right. All right. So without further ado, so now listen, this here is your opportunity. Your opportunity to be involved in the broadcast. Simply hit the share button. Tag somebody that you may want to be a part of this conversation. Even if you don't like them. Tag them. Someone that you've been going back and forth with about this topic.
Even if
Tag
you don't
them.
like them.
We will love to have them in this conversation. Even if you don't like them. Oh man. Oh, let's see. All right, y'all. So I appreciate you guys hanging and rocking. This is going to be a great convo. We are definitely going to talk about this for the next couple of days because I know this is going to spill over. This is going to spill over. Yeah. All right. Hang tight. I didn't want to catch
Good
that.
morning. Good morning.
Good
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to another edition of
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody?
This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Ready to go live? Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. That's bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Self. Build credit now. Go to bit.ly/now build credit. bit.ly/now build credit. Boom. A little beatbox this morning.
Yeah.
And if you feel like, man, why do I keep coming in just a little late? Man, why can't I get it when we start? I have a solution. Join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Be a part of our growing community. We have millions of people that want to be a part. Be one of them. Be one of them. All right.
10 millions. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. So let's just dig into the elephant in the room. One of the main reasons that has inspired me to do this topic, and we'll dig into the other parts of this conversation. Let's see. He said, "Oh yeah." Oh, listen. Real quick plug. If you guys have not checked out the Sisters of Legacy, right. There you go. Get in on the ground floor. If you've not checked out the Sisters. We're gonna talk about multi-level marketing one day. We're gonna really dig into that. But anyway, if you have not checked out the Sisters of Legacy, real talk, they had a great conversation yesterday with two therapists, one that operates in the school, one that has their own private practice. Amazing content. If you're part of the text community, just scroll one text up and you'll see the link for that. So definitely check that out. It was a great conversation. I'm going to be shooting some clips out so you'll know what was talked about. You won't get it all because you got to watch the full video, but you'll get some clips as well as this. And you need to go back. Another great episode was when they talked to the dentist. Man, it was, learn some things. All right. Hey, Mama McCory, great morning to you. If I haven't said hi, I thought you'd come in. There you go. Maybe I didn't respond. Oh, you're in Facebook land now. There you go. Wait, I refuse to have this combo without him. Listen, he just got to come in late, and we'll just fill him in. We got to keep the train rolling. Yeah, because I know this week might be a little busy for him, so he'll pop in. I know he wants to come in if he's listening. So, Cole, big elephant in the room. Yes, indeed, definitely worth the watch. How do you feel about women proposing to men?
I sometimes am verbose when I get on here. I like to pontificate on all sorts of subject matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's sports or politics or
Yes, indeed.
music. I love to opine and speak on these things. But with
Speak on it,
this
brother.
issue, I don't have to say much of anything except women proposing to men. Are you out your doggone mind?
Okay, so
No.
no. You feel like it's an archaic. I mean, obviously you feel you're more of what we call the traditional.
Yes.
Do you feel like it's wrong? Like what I know he said it's new age witchcraft. he went deep on it.
New
Do you feel
age
like
witchcraft.
it set something up like starting out wrong, or what gives you the angst to feel like it was wrong?
Look at any relationship
Hmm.
between a man and woman
Right.
that flourishes,
Hmm.
and look at the ones which don't.
Mm.
Look at the women in each of those scenarios.
Okay.
What woman looks happier?
Interesting. You're right. Not witchcraft. I got you.
Normally,
I
normally the
got you.
woman who feels as though she has a partner with her, and a woman who knows that the man who's with her has her back. Because in the other scenario, the woman has to pull the wagon. Nah,
Mm.
no,
Interesting.
including picking the guy she has, doing all the dates, and then proposing to him. No, no. This has nothing to do with sexism. It's just no. It's just not right. It just is not right.
So you're saying if you, as you were dating, let's just say your second, just your second woman you started dating, and she, one day at dinner got down on her knee
Hmm.
and proposed, what would be your response?
Quote: "You better get your black behind up off that floor and
you
dust
would,
off
you
that
would,
knee."
yeah, you wouldn't.
Close quote.
So it'd be an
No.
uncomfortable kind of situation.
Yes.
I mean, I agree. Like I feel some things are like in order, and I know it seems like these traditional things are now becoming questionable, and me and my wife was like, why is everything, why is everything something now?
Hmm.
Right, so not right. The man gives the last name, yeah. And yeah, and listen, Deborah, they gonna argue that one too.
Hmm.
Why I gotta take their last name? And it's a traditional kind of setting. And with everyone being so super progressive, I think I it's a prank, right, right, right. Yeah, I hear you got a lot of stuff going on back there, back in your background, sir. Or was that me?
No, it probably is me.
That's your meeting.
No, no, that's someone else's meeting.
Oh, gotcha. Good times. All right. Yeah. So I think from the jump, I think it is. Of course, the scriptural basis we can come up with, but I'm gonna leave that space for Pastor and Dwayne. I know they're gonna roll in and give a whole lot of that. And I think, and of course, I've read. It kind of sets up a different focus of the marriage. Um, you know, Not that women cannot be ready, because a lot of the stories I was reading from women proposing, um, it was they said they weren't ready, not now, and then they busted out on him when they were ready. Um, I don't know if I agree with that either. It's more or less, like I was talking to Sam, and she's like, maybe in private, like just me and her. You're like, I'm ready. Like get on my knee. I'm ready for this. Kind of thing. But I think it's just so, I guess it's weird in a sense. Is probably the best way I can kind of put it. and not to say that things can't be different, but when it comes to stuff like that, if we're believing that a man leads a home, if we were believing a man leads, then this sets a standard. With that being said, I want to move into something. As I was researching men or women proposing to women, yeah, it's, right, it's just out of order. You let your partner know your intentions or desires and see what he does with it. Exactly.
100%.
Because I think, yeah, waiting, even if, I mean, it's your choice to wait 10 years before you get married. But you getting on your knee to try to force something or push something may make it, is setting it out of order. That's probably the best way. Just let me know when you're ready. Take two. Action. Right. 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 All right. So like I said, as I was digging into this conversation, I came upon a word.
I can't believe there's an actual term for this.
So what is benevolent sexism? Benevolent sexism. So
sad. Now that is witchcraft.
Right. Let's see. Hold on. Let's get it here. So I got a definition from one of the people that had kind of created or started using this word, Professor Judith Hall, out of a Boston-based university, says benevolent sexism is like a wolf in sheep's clothing, perpetuates support for gender inequality. Basically, benevolent sexism, acts of so-called chivalry like paying for dinner, offering up jackets, calling a woman love or dear. I know that's up for debate. And just doing the basic of holding doors, pulling out chairs and things of that nature. And there are some things. I lost my screen. There we go. There are some things that can be misconstrued. Sounds like haunting. From that, he said, "Wait, hold on." He said, "You're not gonna girlfriend me for 10 years, but I'm never gonna propose." It says, "Sounds like hunting." Hey, good morning, V. Good morning, V.
Or they propose, but you're in the proposal and engagement stage for 10 years.
Right. Woo. True. A forever fiance. I think, yeah, that's. But I guess some of the excuse with that, I guess, is wanting a particular wedding and saving and trying to save the money or get the money to have this huge wedding. I guess, yeah, right. A hot mess. He said, "Nah, never." But I guess if do the justice of peace, and then maybe 10 years or plan, the beautiful dream wedding that you want,
I mean, that is
right.
Stedman and Oprah. So there we go.
Right. She was saving up.
Yeah, for 40 years, yes.
She was saving up. She wanted $1 billion wedding. All right. Fiance is just a fancy term for girlfriend. Right. He said, according to my mother, benevolent sexism is just playing the game to get what you want. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Lynn Collins in the house.
Right. So basically, that's some of what benevolent sexism is. I've also was hearing like in like the workplace, doing things like one lady was saying she just came back from having a baby, coming off maternity leave and not getting projects. People were saying, men particularly, was saying they didn't want to put too much on her, because she's maybe stressed out, like assuming how she feels, so that was like another level of like benevolent sexism where it's disguised. They say disguised as being nice, but just assuming based on me being a woman, that this is how I feel. So there are certain aspects that I can say that you can find argument with, But my thing is with certain levels of, or I don't like to say levels, but certain things with benevolent sexism, you're trying to be considerate of who people are. Like you just had a baby. Like I'm trying to be considerate. So it's like it's that moment where you're like, okay, it's kind of like the white dude in the room full of black people. Like, okay, okay, let me be careful because I'm not sure what to say. Let's see, your finances should be in order, not years later. You're right, exactly. Putting off the wedding to save up, right? But that's it's if it's genuine, right? That's my thing. If it's genuine, it's thoughtful. If it's genuine, it's thoughtful. And you're trying to
Yes, 100.
get in a space where you are caring, and understanding, for either your coworker or even your spouse, and I for a moment of time we were considered rude for ignoring feelings or ignoring certain things. So it's like we're trying to get into a space where we're more aware of it. And I think with things like benevolent sexism, when it covers such a broad span of male niceties towards women, then it becomes confusing. Um,
To
what do you think?
paraphrase Marshawn Lynch, we're
Uh-oh.
gonna get into a time and day and space and time where we're gonna be holding up signs where we say, "I'm here not to offend."
Right, right,
Yeah,
right,
I recognize you exist, but I'm here just to not offend.
right,
It's just getting absolutely ridiculous that intentions have to be dug into every single syllable we speak.
right,
I mean, if it's a compliment,
right,
then it should be taken as such by both parties. I do not get why we have to dig so deep into the weeds and unearth things that really aren't there. That's
right,
what makes this all ridiculous.
right, right. Yeah, exactly, Sam. She's right. Women talk about selfish and thoughtless men. Like now they want men to be that, right? He said I'm a woman and I'm confused, right? So it's like how do you choose, and keeping it 100, everybody's different, but it's like how do you choose who to be thoughtful to,
Wait,
right?
not only selfish and thoughtless, but also quiet. Like they want mutes for men,
Right,
and it's as if they just want to take whatever voice that we have and shut it off.
right,
What purpose does that serve in advancing the world in either gender being shut off? That
right,
makes no sense whatsoever.
right, right, definitely. So yeah, it's like new rules, defining new rules, or not even clear rules. Like for a lot of like the Me Too or the movement inside the workplace, no more smacking the woman in the butt. I'm with you. No more calling her what they call it, cow call. Like it's simple stuff. Not having calendars of half naked women in
Yeah, that's
in the
blatant
job, or
sexism.
even
Of course, that
like
has no
simple stuff.
place. Right.
Right.
That has no
It's kind of
place.
like
Right.
it's kind of like people say, would you let your mama see that? Would you let your sister? Would you let your wife see this? Like what's the environment that you would have your wife come into? And it's like, okay, I can apply to
Or if we're going to talk about benevolent sexism, why is it that men need to fill up the tank to gas up the car? Why is it
right,
that men have to take out the trash? Why is it that
right,
men have to mow the lawn? That's
right,
benevolent sexism too.
right, right. And honestly, some are trying to
Ridiculous.
blur that line. Like I think
Yeah.
they're saying, defining roles shouldn't be gender based. It should just be what we agreed to do. And I think that's where you lose certain spacing. He said,
Uh,
it's just another form of a division, right? We are
mm,
complicating interactions. That right there. If it is that
look,
hard, I'm going to pass on interacting with folks
look, here,
altogether.
here's one benevolent sexism chore.
Right, Dwayne. I know.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Here's one benevolent sexism chore that doesn't fly in my house. My wife washes her clothes. I wash
Right.
mine.
Interesting.
I did not believe that one person has to wash clothes.
Right.
So, some things are ridiculous, and
Right.
others, it does make sense. But the fact that we have to term
Yeah.
certain sexisms to be biting and not so biting,
Right.
no,
Right.
no. I mean, I don't know if they understood what the meaning of benevolent is.
Right.
Which is but organized for the purpose of doing good. So you
Right.
mean to tell me sexism is organized for the purpose of doing good?
Wow. That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Sam said
No.
they are gender based in my home. AD has to do the stuff I don't want to do.
Exactly, Sam. Exactly. That's the
Right.
same with my house. There's
Right.
some things my wife doesn't want to do. I don't mind doing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That has
So
nothing
yeah.
to do with the fact I'm a man. It just has the fact to do with that's something she don't want to do. I don't
Right.
mind doing it.
Right.
It's that simple.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. So I think getting yeah. It's just and I wanted to bring this up because it seemed like, with what you're seeing more pictures of women proposing to men, these conversations, like I said, once you start digging into it, things like benevolent sexism comes up, and these conversations become more and more dominant or prominent. We're going to hear it more, and then stars are going to be talking about it. People. It's going to become a huge conversation, and I want to kind of get ahead of it in the sense where we need to be thinking about how are children being trained, because a lot of stuff spills out into media, spills out into different places. Who are the folks coming up with this stuff? They paid for years of school to think up the right. Exactly. So yeah, and then like I said, I've been in this. Let's see, hold on. He said not married yet, but it blesses my soul. My daughter takes the dishes out of the dishwasher for me. I don't like doing that.
Another
Right.
example. I wash in my home. I wash the
Right.
dishes more than my wife does.
Right.
It's it's ridiculous. It really is.
Right. But let me ask. So with that, are you still the head of your household?
No question.
So
No
yeah,
question. And
and so
it isn't a woman. You do as I say, and there's only two places where you need to exist and own, and that's the
right.
kitchen and the bedroom. It's nothing like that.
Right.
It's a respect thing. And I tell people, do you think women want to be ruled over? No, they want to be loved and supported and
Right.
covered. That's
Right.
what leadership is.
Right.
So, look, my wife, I have no problem saying I have a really good job. My wife makes more than me because she's an owner. She's an entrepreneur. But that doesn't mean that, doesn't mean that she rules the house. It just means that she has covering because I'm there.
Right.
And that's what it's about. That's
Definitely.
100% what it's about.
Definitely. Yeah, so it's Sam says, you can't erase my gender, sex. I'm always coming up woman, girl, female, all that, right? So yes, that covering, and of course that's the next issue would be the protection, covering, us men as stepping up for our women, because one of the as a TED talk, and she was speaking about the country she comes from. Is protection controlling or helpful? And she was saying, I go to a party, I'm dancing, some guy is being a jerk in front of me. My brother steps up, and I was like, man, that's a problem. Like he's there to kind of to help. Yes, there
Mhm.
can be moments of overprotection. Just like anything good, there could be too much of. But having that person there, having that male in your life, having that covering provides to me a level of protection. I think this is another part of that argument where the protection, they're saying they're trying to control me, trying to tell me what to do. I'm just trying to help you stay covered. I'm trying to make sure that you stay safe. I think
I I want to
that
make sure that you are as a
what's up,
man
D?
What up, what up?
and as a husband, I want to make sure that you as a woman and as my wife
Right,
get to fulfill the biggest potential of your life on this earth.
Right.
What is the purpose that God has for you on this earth? I want to be the one to help you achieve it more so than any other person on this planet.
Right.
If it is not about that, then leave the woman.
Right.
Absolutely. It has to be about that.
Right. Yes, indeed. What's that? What that is? Comments. Your comments not popping up. Oh,
I don't.
you might just
Oh,
need to.
what's up, Dwayne?
What's
You might
going
need
on?
to reset
Yeah.
on that. Like hit the
Oh, as
refresh.
long as you see him, I'm good. If
You
you see
good?
him,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll put up pretty much everyone's saying some great stuff, so I'll put it up. So what's your opinion on? Let's go. Let's start with the proposal. We're gonna run through this kind of quick.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
That's quick
absolutely not.
answer.
That's it, right there.
Absolutely not.
That's absolutely not.
You don't put the horse. You don't put the horse before the cart. I want to see that ride down the road. I want to see that happen. It's going to be
It's
a
opposite.
disaster.
It's opposite. You're supposed to put the cart before the horse.
Right. Oh man. Oh, she said, "Oh, there's Dwayne." I was like, "Where is he at?" Yeah. All right. So, is it and we're talking about, is it protection? Is protection controlling, or is it helpful? Is it too much? Um,
I like another.
Text-
I like another word. Manipulated. It's manipulation. If I'm gonna marry you and I want to be married to you
right.
based on how marriage came about and what
Right.
marriage is, I find you. Now,
Right.
people can say what they want to say, and I'll say
Say that again, Dwayne.
yeah, people say what they want to say, and they can say what they want to say.
Right.
But here's the reality: marriage was created by God.
Right.
Marriage was purposed by God.
Right.
Marriage is a biblical principle, and if you're
Right.
a Muslim, you may call it an Abrahamic principle.
Right.
Regardless, you don't find marriage outside of the Bible. So when defining marriage, if you do anything other than what the guidelines of it says, then you're changing what it is. So what people want is they want a marriage-like situation,
Right.
but they don't want you to say what marriage is supposed to be and how it was properly defined.
Right. Right. That's good. That's good. All right. Yeah, that's good. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's good right there. So, what is acceptable and what is not?
Ooh.
We'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Ready to go live? Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. That's bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Self. Build credit now. Go to bit.ly/now build credit. bit.ly/now build credit.
Give it to me now. Oh, I'm sorry.
So, what's acceptable and what is not? It's and like I started out with the conversation. How do we? What's our defining line? Let me get you going because we got some stuff going on. Um, How do you control, or how do you know what to do and what not to do if there's so many defined definitions? Defined definition, new words and terms that are keeping us from knowing our role, right? So like I said, I want to have this conversation because it's kind of like we're protecting our role, what we do. And then, like I said earlier, there were a lot of things, right? Like smacking in the butt in the workplace, cat calling women at work and just saying things, even if it's like side, like just suppose like friendly things like, "Oh, you're looking really cute today," like things that can make the workplace uncomfortable. I'm with getting rid of that stuff. I'm with, being professional at work and handling business properly. But it just when roles, especially in the household, become blurred, this is where the issue can come in, and and in a sense, it starts with, a woman proposing to a man. It's kind of like the ball rolling in the wrong direction, you know. And and I think Sam said, or some of us would say, when there's an issue in the marriage, like, well, you proposed to me, like I
Wow.
was ready,
Wow.
like, right? Because you can literally
But
hear that,
but 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 it's a wow moment, but I dig what you say. It's like you,
it
in other words, you chose me.
right, right. You picked me, you got on your knee, like, um, as
I should have
opposed
worn my
to
knee
me
pads.
choosing her, and I'm choosing to cover you. I'm choosing to pull you into my life, and I'm going to help push your purpose. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? We're working as a unit now. Um, I think those lines, when they get blurred, uh, creates confusion. Now it's like, where am I at? How am
I
I to
think
operate?
I think lines get blurred to pacify people, or so that people
True,
can be pacified.
true,
Because I
true.
think about it, there's other areas that we would absolutely say is ridiculous if it still happened, right?
Right,
For instance, when my mom was born, calling a black person a ninja
right,
it was open season on that. That
right,
was fine. It was cool.
right,
Can you
right,
do that now? Eh,
right,
but
right,
that's almost apple to oranges because if I believe that with that comes like when a woman proposes to another woman, well,
right,
somebody got to be the man,
right.
and
Well,
then
yeah, right,
the alpha male, the alpha slash alpha female mentality.
right,
Um, Not that women can't dominate, not that women can't be great and
right,
monsters and completely the best at what they do because they can.
right,
There should be no such thing as an alpha female.
right,
But because people's roles have changed, people have forgotten what roles are. People don't um they don't accept where they come from.
right,
They try to build their own narrative, and the narrative that they built is usually anti whatever they were raised on.
right,
And when we talk about these roles, it's I think a lot of it came with women live because a lot of women were done wrong in the past, but then you took it to the extreme. It's like,
right,
hey, let's get it right. Okay,
right,
women are not just slaves. Women don't belong in just the kitchen. Y'all can do this, that, and the third. Let's
right,
get that part right. But like everything else, once offense come, people will shut their mouths to do and to keep somebody else from being pissed off. Some people let the council culture get up on them. They'll say and do whatever this council culture wants them to say and do.
right,
Does it make it right? No, and that's what we're seeing. I don't. I think we got to get past the sensitivity and the pacifying. I think a woman can be a woman completely who she is without changing the way she was designed.
right. That's true. True.
And the thing is, a woman is designed to be the better of us as human
Right,
beings. You know, they are, most of them, more caring, more nurturing, more emotionally capable, more emotionally intelligent, and to have that as in your toolbox. The best thing about a woman that can be in that space is not add anger into the mix. So when you have a man who looks at this woman and sees her for the beautiful feminine creature that God created her to be, and he fosters that in a healthy manner and in a biblical and principled manner, then you see something that many people are afraid to say that a woman should be in terms of having her fulfill her biggest potential, and that's softness. A woman has a soft nature that a man just simply does not possess. And because of that, it makes the whole world better, let alone the man's world better.
right,
And when people mention the word soft, especially with women, it's considered an insult, but it's the opposite. because the strongest of women are the softest of women. And when a woman is soft, a woman is happy. A woman is content with herself. A woman is positively contributing to the world. And a woman doesn't feel as though she has to do every single thing herself.
Right. I think that's a big one right there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Cheryl, sports car lady, good morning. If I didn't say so, exactly. The balance of roles become confused. Last time around, AD and I definitely talked about being me wanting to remarry, but he took that and exceeded my expectation to make it reality.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, boy. Go
Yeah.
ahead, boy. That's my dog. That's my dog.
You're so silly. Most women.
I don't care how much a woman believes in that 80s Eurythmic song. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Right.
Every woman wants to feel treasured.
Right.
I don't care
Right.
what woman you're talking to.
Right.
Every woman wants to feel treasured. Every woman wants to feel as though someone has their best interests at heart. Every woman wants to be appreciated for the woman that God created her to be.
And you just got to find that love language to help her realize it.
Right.
It might be given to her. It might be spending time with it. But you're right, Cole. And I'm glad you said something in your last comment that I want to reiterate. You said natural.
Right.
You said it's natural.
Right.
Look, sometimes people can't even see what's in front of them. It's natural. Why do you think men, generally speaking, are bulky, stronger, faster? Because it has something to do with what they're supposed to naturally do. Why do you think a woman, generally speaking, is more compassionate and more patient and all these? Because it has something in what they were designed to do. Naturally speaking, we were created to be the one to do the pursuit.
Right.
I would further this and I would say, women, if you ever have to get down on a knee and ask a man to spend his life with you, he don't really want you.
Say that again, Dwayne.
Or he ain't strong enough to deal with you. One of the two.
Right. This is I was waiting for her to say something. She said, right, Cole, years ago, I felt I had to be hard and do it all by myself to my own detriment. But that's not truly what I wanted. I wanted a man to spoil, honor, protect, and treasure me as my mother does.
Exactly, Sam. And look how strong you are today because of that.
Definitely.
Exactly, Sam.
I would love to ask her that question, AD.
What's that?
What was the difference between now that you guys are where you are now versus where it was? Like that might be a great question for
Purpose for Forever. Purpose for Forever every Monday at 8:30. 8 o'clock. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
So maybe we talk about that.
Because that is a powerful statement, Sam. That's a powerful statement, and it's a real statement, and it's a statement that shows progression where you were versus where you are, versus how you saw things and what you wanted versus now being able. I got what I need, so yeah. When I was there, this is what I needed, and now I got it. It's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, It's a lot when it comes to these roles, and it's funny when I was thinking about if this thing like benevolent sexism, when we fall so far into like, all right, I guess y'all just gonna have it for yourselves. Me just watching a woman fight a man, like, well, they gonna get at it. Just like Cole, if I was somewhere and didn't know you and you about to get at with a dude, I'm gonna just let y'all get at it. It's like, ain't no weapons involved. Just let y'all get at it. Like,
let them swing. Let the two men. As my friends used to say when I was younger. Oh, they're knuckling out. Okay, well let them leave it on the grass, and just let them go.
Right. Those lines. So because we always talk about protecting the Black woman, and when things like that happen, we should be stepping in. But then it comes to a point where we stay out of everything because we just like, well, should I? No, I should. Nope. And it shouldn't be a question. We should be stepping up to handle the situation.
But those questions exist because of the type of society that come up with benevolent Sexism.
right,
Look,
right.
sexism, whether you call it malevolent
Silly.
or benevolent,
Benevolent
it's
Benevolent.
sexism.
sexism. Don't try to get it.
Benevolent.
Look,
I
I
just
can
don't
say, hey yo,
understand.
AD, hey yo,
Yes.
AD, bro, I love them curls, boy. I wish I had some curls like your curls. And if I'm being salty because I ain't got no hair when I'm complimenting you,
Yeah.
that shows that I got a problem. America,
Right.
if you got to
Right.
come up with a term, because I'm pretty sure it's driven by America, and not saying benevolent sexism don't exist anywhere else, but I'm pretty certain
I
that
don't know. Listen,
America is
wait,
like
hold
leading
on.
charge.
Wait, let me
And
let me
great.
throw a benevolent sexism compliment towards Dwayne. Look, I love that beard, brother. I do. I love that beard. It would look better on me, but I love that beard. No, I don't want a beard. But that's cool.
But just as a quick defense
There's
to
no
America,
nice way
listen,
of saying the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
listen.
No,
Most of the YouTubes from when I Googled benevolent sexism, came from a lot of different countries. Like there was maybe
India.
like one
I
or
saw the
two
ones
that
from
were from
India.
America, and they were against it. They were against benevolent sexism. So most of them that were for it were from other countries, and I think some of it was like one lady that did Tech Talk. She spoke about the country of Georgia, and she was just saying that she just lumped everything into it, to benevolent sexism. Like a man controlling and being abusive and being sexist at work. Like some, I was like, I agree with some. I was like, but this ain't. Then she lumped in the protection. My brother jumping up and standing up. I'm like, shouldn't he? Like,
Just go ahead and get your face busted wide open.
right. Fine. So go and tell him no, so you can get smacked. Like
bust them wide
because he
open.
jumped
Then I
in your
tell
face.
them bring it back.
And I'm, so I was with her, but I think she tried to lump I was like, you can't. That's the problem. You can't lump everything into this.
Here's why I said America's leading that charge, AD. All right, I've had to. I don't. I'm gonna call it the pleasure. I've had the pleasure of going to Georgia,
okay,
and working with police officers from Georgia, the country, not here. And crazy thing is, it's a male-dominated society still.
Right.
So
okay.
I can understand why she would say that, but she still don't understand it from an American point of view.
Right.
The American point of view is, hey, you know what? If you got kids and you're a female, you go ahead and take the day off early. Well, what happens is he understands that he has mothers and he's trying to navigate this new climate that, hey, I'm a mother. After I have my baby, I'm supposed to get 8 weeks off. It's the right thing to do. And it's because a woman naturally needs that time to heal before she can come
at
back
least
to
want
work.
it. Most want it. Yeah, they at
Right.
least want it.
But that's one of the reasons why it became a legal thing. Because
Right.
a woman's body needs time to recuperate after giving birth.
Right.
So, definitely.
And men don't have to do that. That's why men don't get the time off. But then you do the flip. Men start talking about, well, hey, I want to see my kid too. So now they got the paternity leave for daddy.
Right.
And the thing is, as society tries, right, but see, the thing is, it was created for support, but then you get people. It was created to support and to make that a better thing. Right. But then people like, wait, I need some time off too. That's kind of sexist, don't you think? Because she's a woman and she had a baby, she's supposed to get time off. Well, don't you think she should stay home if she can't do the job? Well, what you mean? I can do the job just like you. Yeah, but you want 8 weeks off. That's not sexism.
See, maternity leave, that's another example of benevolent sexism.
Right. And
sad.
And it's
Would you call your daddy a benevolent sexist because he said baby the food good when you didn't really like it? Thank you for that dinner, baby. You did such a good job.
You put your foot in that.
I would say this. He probably knew you couldn't cook when y'all got married, but he loved you.
Right.
But is he a benevolent sexist? Because
but listen, this meal might have been better than the others. It's like we can't get this to guess, but this one is better. Right, you getting there, girl? You getting there?
You put your whole pinky finger in that, baby.
All right. Yeah. So, all right. So, what do we do to kind of counteract this like benevolent sexism? Like, what do we, that's so my question, like with the acceptable and what's not, like, you know, how do we how do we stop the train from rolling over everything that works? Because like I said, we talked about what used to be and how women were treated and belittled. And yes, if she's doing the exact same job I'm doing, she should be getting equal pay. And we all agree on that. Like if we're doing the same daggone thing, she should be getting equal pay. If I'm laying bricks, she laying bricks too.
There's no question about that. Yes.
Equal pay.
The exact same pay.
Yeah.
Yes. No question.
And then, like you said, the fair treatment in work, they shouldn't be harassed. Like, yeah, she's pretty, but she shouldn't be harassed all day because she looks pretty, like, and be bothered and comments and things like that. And then treated, less than, because she's a woman. I'm with that. And of course, we're all cool with that. We grew up, we got mamas, we've got sisters, we all have wives now. And we got and daughters, me and Dwayne. And we want our kids, want our girls to grow up in a space where it's equal. They're good. But at the same time, and when wedding comes, I'm giving away my daughter to the husband because now it's like, it's not my job to cover any longer. It's your job to cover, if you fail, then I'm taking my baby back, but it's more or less, the covering because, women should have that protection, that opportunity to be protected and not be in the world alone. And not to say they can't handle, like Sam said, I had the hard exterior, but that's not a desire, and women flourish, when they have the protection. They flourish when they're able to focus on themselves as far as becoming greater, becoming better, focused on the purpose that God had given them, operating while we protect, so I think, where do we start? We combating that. Like, how do you feel like we should combat or create a acceptable, how do we get back to the normal in the sense where they're still respected, but we're not losing the roles or the protection? Nice
question, sir. That's a difficult question. The only thing that I can say is this. I think we need to own our areas. Wherever we are influenced, your daughters, your family, the workplace for you, we own those areas. Because one thing I absolutely know, you're not going to change somebody's mind who wants to do something unless one or two things happen. Unless they see the error in their way and want to change, or they hit a brick wall and realize that their way is the wrong way, and then they want to change. Outside of that, you're arguing with a chainsaw. It's not gonna help anything. So I think you got, like Sam said, I think you got to be consistent. I think you have to dominate your area, be an influence in your area, because at the end of the day, people will embrace anything, but you never hear when they realize what they embrace is wrong. But they generally come around and want something else. They just don't say it. They don't say, "Man, I was so wrong in that, I messed that up." They come back, "Hey, how you doing, bro? I ain't seen you in a while. Can we talk?" So eventually, that consistency and your example, it's going to speak to those who want to be spoken to.
Right. That's good. So being constant, I like that Sam put, men have to stand up and be constant and consistent and being there. We have to stay present. I think as crazy as that, I think we've been at work too much. We always, we provide, but I think we work, we come home, we sleep, and we need, you want the rest, but we have so much to do in our community. We have so much to do in our family, that we miss out. And I can speak for myself. I feel like, I've missed so much, working so much and focused on work that, coming home, I don't give enough energy to my family in order to instill them the things that they need, to become better. And, we miss out, like I talked about the school situation where sometimes we're not present enough. We need to make our being present a priority, us being around a priority. I think this, things like benevolent sexism has been able to grow or to develop because of our lack of presence. And just as a side note, not saying fathers aren't present in their kids' lives, not saying they're not, because there's CDC studies that we are, and Black men are actually the most present and active. But our presence in our community, our presence with guiding our family more is definitely needed. So that's kind of like the takeaway today. We're going to dig more into this tomorrow. Pastor may be on tomorrow, so it's going to take the conversation to a whole nother space. But
I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Right.
Don't
That's
look at
good.
the Joneses' house. The Joneses might not have it right.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, definitely. Like how you start off matters, right? And we talk about the proposal. You're proposing to your wife as a male. What's the purpose? What's the work we're doing for our legacy? I think we get so caught up in just right to being the Joneses that we work ourselves to look like them. We work ourselves to have to be the material family on the block, and as opposed to creating something within our family, living just a little bit less, in order to have a better quality of life. And in doing so, I think we're more present in our community. Would you agree?
I think so, and I think that overall, absolutely. There's always going to be individual cases, but no, you're
Right.
absolutely right. You're
Awesome.
absolutely right. I can agree with that.
Yeah, no question. No question. All I'll have to say to that as well is we have a standard.
Right.
We were taught that standard.
Right.
We were taught that standard in our homes, whether it was with two-parent homes like with AD and myself, or
Right.
one-parent home like with Dwayne.
Right.
We were taught that there's a standard that men have to uphold.
Right.
And one of those standards that we have to uphold is that women are meant to be protected,
Right.
to be nurtured, to be spoiled, and to be encouraged to be what they are.
Right.
Because being women, that's strong enough.
Right. Right.
And we have to be the biggest arbiters and the biggest cheerleaders of them being what in my terms is the most beautiful thing that God ever created.
Right.
And if we aren't doing that, then we're not doing our job as a man.
Right.
So they could take this benevolent sexism term and they could just toss it completely as far as God does east from the west. It has
Like
no
that.
place on this planet.
Treat it like sin.
Right.
Treat benevolent sexism like sin.
Right.
All right. Yes, indeed. All right. Oh, so we're gonna get out of here. We appreciate you guys rocking and hanging. We're definitely gonna dig a little deeper into this. I always like to throw some curveballs. So be prepared. So make sure
Yeah.
stay tuned for the next episode of Brothers of Legacy.
Hey, you really sparked it off with this one, there, boy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna shut up for the rest of the remaining time.
You good? Thank you, Mama Corey.
When I drove Uber,
Yeah.
Atlanta is a place where everything that we've talked about, you get to see it personified, right?
Right.
There was a lot of successful black women in general, but especially successful black women. And I found when the trip was me having my personality, if it's longer than 10 minutes, we always had a great conversation.
Thank you.
And one of the things that generally came up towards the end of the ride was, wow, it seems like people like you are extinct these days.
Right.
And what it told me was most people would look at this topic and they would laugh about it. It's like, yeah, whatever. Just people, Americans, they're going to hell in a hell basket, a hand basket.
Right.
But the reality is, lines have been drawn in the sand,
Right.
and not everybody has the foundation that we have.
Right.
And
Right.
some people want something that works,
Right.
and they will do whatever it takes to get it.
Right.
And some women, how I don't know, but some women have gotten to a place where they don't view themselves the way God does, and they don't value themselves the way that God does. Therefore, they do whatever society says this is what a strong, independent woman does.
Right.
And here's the thing that messes people up when it comes to listening to anybody. What you are purposed to do and what you can do are two different things.
Right.
You can do whatever you want.
Right.
But from my experience, when you do something that you aren't purposed to do,
Right.
just because you can do it, it usually turns up and it blows up in your face.
Right.
So I think if you want to go down some of these roads, you can go down this road. And when you ask yourself if it's so wrong, then why is God allowing me to do it? Because you're a free moral agent.
Right.
You can
Yes,
make
indeed.
your own choices. So
yes.
You can drive a car on the interstate in second and third gear.
Right.
You can do it.
Right.
But your engine might not make it 15 miles.
Right. He says he's a rabbit hole. That's cool. He's so silly. Oh, yeah, definitely. So yeah, we appreciate you guys rocking with us and hanging. Make sure, like I said, join our community. Text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. Be a part of this movement. And we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow as we dig deeper into this. Because I got some more goodies. This is going to be good. But it's definitely a conversation needed because a lot of things change based on conversation and, people's ideas. And you kind of, it's like they chip away at it, where you weren't fine with it, but then you're like, maybe.
You could never believe what you never knew.
Right. Exactly. So now you guys know, and knowing is half the battle. All right. So
G.I. Joe. Oh, I'm sorry.
American hero.
I was waiting. My people represent their age, kid. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't know about the commercials.
Hey, look, I said to
but
myself,
they had those old moral commercials like, little Timmy, don't take that from the store. You'll get in trouble.
Half the battle.
Right.
Look, I'm mad that you threw that in there because me and Cole sitting there like the fish that know we about to get 8, but you're gonna bite the bait anyway. It's like, he just finna show that y'all was growing up in the early 80s. That's what he's showing.
Indeed.
But I'm
anyway. Listen. Well, shout out to the commercials. Always a little moral things that they always threw at you, like just a little bit, just a little something to walk away with after the show. Right, real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. Yeah, bam! You already know, V. All right, we're gonna get out of here. All right, we can't leave without clowning something. All right, so take care, guys. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Huh? What's that?
Shout out to the Cobra Commander.
Yeah. Right. All right, so know that we love you, but God loves you more. See you in the morning.
I didn't want to catch that. Good morning. Welcome to another episode. Good morning, everybody.
This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Ready to go live? Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. That's bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Self. Build credit now. Go to bit.ly/now build credit. bit.ly/now build credit.